Welcome back everyone to my channel. My name is Michaela. I'm a fashion design student and I am documenting my journey of making a fashion collection for my school. And currently we are T-minus 54 days until the fashion show and I have a lot to get done. Since my last video, I have completed all of my mock-ups and I have done fittings for 4 out of 5 of the looks, and this week I'm going to be fitting my last look. Actually tomorrow I'll be doing that. So once all my fittings are done, I'm finalizing the patterns and I'm going to be starting working on the actual fashion fabric this week. My goal for this week is I want to at least get 2 bodices started out of the actual fashion fabric. I made myself a little calendar that I put on my wall to help keep track of the different dates and deadlines that I have for the fashion show, because the coordinators of it's through a club at my school and the coordinators have set certain deadlines for us, and one of those is, or they have a few actually, there's some fittings. So you have the next round of fittings on March 22nd, and by then I would love to get all of them started out of the fashion fabric so I could actually have my models fit in that. That's next upcoming deadline. That's like, I've got like maybe like 10 days to do that. Could I have made my life simpler and just printed out a blank calendar? Yes. But I wanted to make my life a teensy bit more complicated and make one myself and make it pretty. So I like it. It's gonna help me keep on track. It's good. I post it on my wall. I'll see that every day. So for the remainder of this video, you're going to see my process of starting to make the finalized patterns and start working out of my actual fashion fabric. I'll try and do my best to explain what I'm doing. So if you guys wanted to learn from what I'm doing, you can. Yeah. I'll keep you guys updated on what I do for the rest of this week, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Alright. It is the next day. It's already like, I think almost 3 in the afternoon. I have my morning class and I was able to get my last fitting in. Unfortunately, the pants did not fit him like at all. They were a bit too small, so I have to readjust those and hopefully get another fitting in with him maybe like next week. After that, I came back home and I've just been working on some homework for my costume class. This was supposed to be due on Sunday, but I didn't get it done. But we had to do color renderings of our sketches for like a costume for each character that we were doing. So I made this one. I've just been using my markers and colored pencil. I have a lot of like the Copic alcohol markers and like Prisma alcohol markers, even using like the Tombow ones, and then I just have a big container of the Prisma colored pencils, which are my favorite colored pencils. So that was one that I did. I just finished this one, just like a simple, well, he's wearing some like tweed trousers, like button-up shirt, and I was so annoyed because I accidentally like did a dot of like brown right at his wrist where I didn't mean to. I like dropped my pen, but it worked out because I just drew him his little watch on there. So I have to do one more, but I did one sketch of like a little outfit for her, but I didn't I didn't like it, and I've still not entirely sure what I want to do for hers. So I think I'll try and sketch it a little bit more, and if I'm still not happy with anything, I'm just gonna start working on my fashion show stuff. So yeah, that's my little update for y'all. I really just don't know what I want to do for this design. I feel like I have an idea of like what I want it, like what message I want it to convey and everything, and I have like different ideas, but I just can't put it together on paper, and I don't know what to do. I think it's just a sign for me to take a break from this to do some sewing or something. So this is my bag full of all my mock-ups. I'm just gonna go through these, and when I was fitting them, I had like pinned it on to them and made markings on the fabric, so now to like where this actually fit them, I'm gonna mark my adjustments, and then I'm gonna trace it on the manila paper, which is like kind of like a thick cardstock. Well, actually I might do it out of pattern paper, just because like when I put it on the fashion fabric, I should be able to like pin it down to the fabric, right? I don't know. I'll decide on that later. I'll mark my patterns first. So this is my mock-up for my dress that has the cutout in the stomach and like the short skirt that goes long, and I put it back on my mannequin because I was dumb and did not measure out or like draw out the cutout when my model was trying it on. I did the skirt length, but I forgot to do the cutout. But I was able to get her measurement from like a little bit under her underbust, which is like under your boobs, and down to a little bit past her hips, and so that I can use that measurement for the lengthwise, and then I could just draw on the rest. So that's what I'm gonna do now before I start ripping it apart to fix the pattern. I finally was able to decide on my last design for the last character. Just finished coloring it, and now I have to turn those in because it is late. But I've just been working on doing some mock-ups. I've finished altering I think 2 of them by now. And let's see, it's almost 10:30 right now. I don't think I'm gonna work on any more tonight. I think I'm just gonna start editing or working on another assignment. I feel like I need to go to bed a little bit earlier today. My sleep schedule, I've really kind of fucked it up. I've been going to bed like quite late recently, like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So I'm gonna try and go to bed a little bit earlier today, because I have a morning class. Luckily, it's just a Zoom class, so I don't have to go to campus or anything. But I think I'm gonna call it a night for today, and I'll update you guys tomorrow. So this is all my patterns that I have for this look. Also, don't mind me, I'm in class on Zoom, but so this is one of the dress, or it's like a dress bodice thing that I had draped on my mannequin, so I didn't make an actual pattern for it. So I cut it all apart. I ironed the seams flat again because I like drew on like the actual seams here, like that's like where it is. And now I'm gonna like cut off the seam allowance and to like make an actual paper pattern. And I do have to make an individual pattern for each of these panels because of the hemline, since it is like asymmetrical, like each piece is a different length. So yeah, gotta make multiple patterns. And I did the same thing for kind of like the ball gown look. I like cut them out because this one was draped on as well, and I just have to cut off the seam allowance. And then this was the adjustment that I had to make on my model, so cut it out, trace it on the paper pattern, and work from there. So also never forget to label things. It helps when you just go to sew. So I decided to come to campus a couple hours before my afternoon class, just so I can work on some other homework. I always feel a bit more productive like when I do my schoolwork, like actually on campus, like out of my room. So that's why I decided to come a little early, because there's a few things that I should work on that need to get turned in by the end of this week. So that's what I'm gonna do. I am excited for my afternoon class. So today is my costuming class, and we're gonna have a guest speaker. Oh, I forget her name right now, but she's a costume designer for film and TV. She was the costume designer for one of Netflix's show, I think it's called Ratched. I think it was like the one with the nurse or something. So I'm excited to hear what she has to say about the industry, and then also like to ask questions. And I would like to ask her like how someone can get like an internship as a costume designer, or just be like a personal assistant for someone in it, or because I would love to get experience in it kind of as an internship, because I would like to work in costume design for film and TV for like as an internship, but I would also like to do an internship for just like regular fashion design, just so I could see the difference between the two. before choosing my career path, but we'll see. I'm excited for this afternoon, and then afterwards I'll probably continue to work on my mock-ups, get those patterns done like I was working on earlier this morning. So let's go to campus. Costuming class, and I really enjoyed listening to the guest speaker. I learned a lot more about costume design in the film industry. I am still really interested in that career, and I think it would be really fun and something I would like, but at the same time I know it's a very demanding job, and you have to put a lot of time and effort into everything you do, and the work-life balance is not as steady as like another kind of job would be. And so I don't know, it's just something, definitely since I'm getting closer and closer to like graduating and having to find a job, it's just something I find myself thinking about more, being like, what kind of job do I want to have? What do I value more? Like my relationships and like my personal time, or like my career, and like going into something that I don't know, it's something that I have to think about. But I really loved listening to her presentation about her work, and it does still sounds like something I would be very interested in. So anyway, now I gotta make a quick stop at the grocery store, and then we're heading back home, and I'll get back to working on my stuff. I'm back from campus. I ended up staying on campus for a little bit after my morning class to get an assignment done for my Illustrator class. Got that done, turned in, and I came back home, ate, took a nap, and that's why my hair is a little crazy, a little frizzy. But now I'm gonna start back on my mock-ups. I've just been how do I want to say this? I've been like transferring my draping patterns onto actual pattern paper, and then making some adjustments to them, because for both of the ones that I draped on the dress form, I just need to add a little bit to the back so it can close. And yeah, so I'm almost done with those. I just have to finish that one. I'm tired today, and luckily I didn't pick up a shift or anything tomorrow, and I don't have any classes, so I'm gonna sleep in tomorrow. But oh my god, okay, let's finish this bodice. these patterns on paper, and as you can see, they're all individual. But I tried my best to line the curve up on the hem because I had drawn it on my model when she was wearing the mock-up. I am doing a 1/2 inch seam allowance around it, and at the hem though I did extend it just like an extra 1/2 inch just in case, like if it's too short. And then I just labeled everything just to make sure I don't get confused when cutting the pattern. Next day, and I just completed marking my adjustments for my bodycon dress, and then I just like transferred it to the other side and stitched it on up. So now I could trim the excess because I have like quite a bit on this one. Trim the excess down so the seam allowance is still 1/2 inch. And then I can transfer this over to the fashion fabric because I don't really have a pattern for it. And so, you know, today I just keep dropping things and breaking things and hurting myself. I was trying to wash my one and only small bowl, and I drop it on the edge of my sink and it cracks and breaks, and then I continue washing stuff and I noticed my thumb was like bleeding. And I had this like little cut on my thumb and it just like wouldn't stop bleeding. So that's why I have the Band-Aid on. And then when I was sewing, I kept hitting my elbow on the side of my desk. Now I just dropped my tiny scissors. Oh my god. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm kind of prone to like little clumsiness stuff like that, but today is just, this is on another level. Anyway, but I also wanted to talk a little bit about this dress. So since it is a bodycon dress, and since my fabric that I got for it, the sparkly one that you saw in the previous video, it has some stretch to it. It's a 2-way stretch fabric. So for the lining, I also got a 2-way stretch, and 2-way stretch just means that it's stretchy. Like if you pull it this way it stretches, but if you pull it this way it doesn't stretch. So yeah, so I just got this interlock fabric at Joann's. I don't know, it was like the correct color, and I think it'll work. And I think this one would be one of my more simple ones to like just get done, because you just have to trace the same pattern onto the sparkly one. I'm not sure if I'm gonna need a zipper for that look or not. I'm just gonna make it without a zipper at first and see if my model can like put it on. And if she can, then great, I won't do a zipper, but if she can't, then I'll have to add a zipper. For the rest of today though, I'm not gonna cut this out today in the fashion fabric. I'm gonna work on a hoop skirt that I'm building for my ball gown look. I had started it, I think a couple weeks ago, and I ran out of boning. I didn't order enough, so I had to order some more. And that came in, I think last week, but when I was like, I didn't have the time to like complete it yet, so I'm gonna work on that. Hopefully, I wanna try and complete that by today. attaching the waistband to my start of my hoop skirt, and I like tried it on. I had measured on my model from like her waist to mid calf as like 27 inches, and I don't know, like also seeing it on myself, I feel like I should lower it a little bit more just so it's a bit closer to the ground, I think. I don't know. I'll look back on the tutorial that I'm following, kind of see like how it sits on her. It is very fun to twirl in right now, but I still gotta put like the other little boning loops on it first. But so far it turned out pretty good. And I'll link the video that I've been following for this hoop skirt. It's a very simple video and kind of short, like pretty easy to follow along too. I just have to kind of figure out for myself how wide I need to make the other boning circles for the rest of it. But other than that, it's pretty good. Very good video to follow along to. So check it out if you want to make a simple A-line hoop skirt. Okay, so a little update. I did go back and lengthen it again just because like looking back at the video that I'm following, and also just like I do think it was a little too short, so I lengthened it like as long as I cut the strips pretty much, and so now it fits a bit better. It's just like just a little bit above the ankle part. And then I also fixed the top ring that I have at the bottom. I made it a little bit smaller because it was the same width or like diameter and everything as the bottom one, and it shouldn't have been. It should have been a little bit smaller, so I went back and fixed that. And yeah, that pretty much took me that much time. Oh my god. But anyway, well, I also made some bias tape to put the boning in, because the boning I'm using right now is just like paint covered steel, and so I need to put it in boning channels so that I could sew it to the twill tape. So now I think I'm gonna try and figure out my measurements for each of the other rings that I need to add to it. So I pinned like the boning onto the hoop skirt to like measure out the size of the hoops I wanted, and I just tried it on, see how it looks. And I noticed like in the video the waistband like kind of pulls down in the front compared to in the back, which I mean that's what I kind of thought would happen since it is only I think a ½ inch elastic. So I think I might need to get like thicker elastic, because I don't like if it pulls down in the front, I feel like it might not work well. But I'll still just go ahead and I'll put the boning in the like little bias tape stuff that I made, and just get that ready, and I could just get the elastic some other time. I'm gonna end the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please go like and subscribe so you could see more. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.